Okay, today we are going to continue do some stuff about environment modeling. And also don't forget about the deadlines. We don't have so much time for the last task. And you should submit everything until 26th of April, because of the 27th of April we are going to put some marks into VESPA. And I hope the final the date of the final will become soon in the VESPE, and according to the final, there is some deadlines for the attestation. If we have finals on the first week, we should close this attestation until 27th of April. If we have maybe finals in the next weeks, I think we can put marks until the end of the April, but I'm not sure. That's why it's better for you to submit everything until 27th of April maximum, because we will not have so much time to check your works and put marks into the VESPE. That's why try to find simple reference for the environment. Make it low poly, make it more cartoon maybe, or in the simple style, because we don't have really much time to create a really great environment. And there is also about 16 about how many points on this task. We have we have almost 20 points for this task. That's why try to make maximum with a simple reference, and don't lose your points. It's just a game object, and there is no so difficult how it calls mesh, and try to make it cute, nice, with not so many polygons, because this is a game environment. If you want to, you can add more polygons, but just do this task and don't lose your points. Okay, let's continue do some modeling, and today I'm going to make some texturing process, and on the next week we are going to also finish this game environment, and also I will show you how to export these models into the Unity or Sketchfab. And on the 26th of April we are going to talk about the final exam, and if you will have some questions, we can also answer all of these questions on the 26th of April on our last lecture. Okay, I hope everything recorded. Yes. Maybe before we move to our game environment, I will show you some tips and tricks that will help you to create some uh, details on your environment. For example, if you have some uh, bricks, or if you have some interesting details, but you are not going to put uh, leave this like a mesh, you can make some transfer normals. For example, we have a simple plane. We can add some details on it, and after that we can transfer normals from the high poly to the low poly. For the low poly, I'm going to uh, decrease the number of edges. It will be some simple plane. On the high poly, I'm going to make maybe some extrusion. For example, we are going to have some bricks, some interesting ornaments on it. Let's make some details. We can modify it, we can model it. It looks like something. Maybe we can even add some holes inside. Something like this. We can just scale them a little bit. We can bevel them. With the segments. For example, we have some details. We can model them even more. Even we can add another details on it and combine them together. For example, let's add some cube. For example, we have some roof with some bricks, and we can model it. We can add some bevels on it with the segments. And we can combine them together. Delete history. And now we have this high poly model. And this one will be our low poly model. And I'm going to transfer these details on the normal maps to this simple plane. Let's save. Okay, now we have these two parts. One of them has really much details with different objects. We can make some even more details. No matter how many polygons we have, we can transfer everything to the low poly simple plane without any details. Everything we want for the low poly is to create correct UV. It's just a simple plane. That's why it's already have this UV map. After you making UV map to the low poly, we can create transfer normals. We should go to the rendering mode in the lighting and shading, we have baking. We have transfer map. We should open this transfer map, and inside of this transfer map, if you already select this low poly before opening this transfer map, here is our target mesh, low poly. If you don't have, we can select low poly and add selected in the target mesh. And we have source mesh. Into the source mesh, you should put this high poly model as a selected. And here is our source mesh. And now in the target mesh, we can display this envelope It means if you have bumpy objects, you can cover them with a search envelope. You can increase this radius and percentage of this search envelope to cover everything from the high poly. And if you cover everything, these details will be transferred into the low poly according to the normal map. You should select it output maps, normal, and put it's like a PNG or JPEG. Maybe we can leave this like a PNG. We should select the folder where we can collect our meshes. Here is our texture refs, and we are going to save this in this folder. We can name it normal map. And now we're ready for the baking. Before the baking, you should save your file because it takes time. And now let's bake and close. In the connection output maps, by the default, it's created a new shader, and inside of the new shader, Maya will assign this normal map. And let's wait, it's 0% now. Now in the left corner, you will see the sampling surface process. If you want to cancel this process, you can just press escape. You can make it in Maya, or you can make the same process in the Marmoset. With the Marmoset toolback, you have much more opportunity to modify some details of the transferring. It's much more, Marmoset toolback is much more advanced texturing process for this baking normals. And also with the Marmoset, you can calculate some ID maps for the Substance Painter, and it's like advanced texturing for the game environment. If you want to continue make some game environment stuff, you should learn how to work with the transfer maps, how to bake normals, how to use Marmoset if you want. There is a lot of tutorials outside, and every game object has low poly version and high poly version. And from the high poly version, you can transfer details. And also, I guess you can make it in the Blender, you can make it in the ZBrush, and you can make the same process in the Marmoset toolpack. And also Maya has this opportunity to transfer these normals. I think it's freeze because it's still 0%. You can escape. Let's delete history from all of these stuffs, and let's create again. Maybe the high poly mesh is complicated, that's why it's not calculating. Let's try. Maybe we can try in the new with a simple um, let's again create plane, duplicate. In the high poly, we just can extrude. And maybe we can make some bevel. And let's try again to create transfer normals. And in the Maya common output, you can also change the resolution of output image, but better to keep it more high quality, neither uh, neither less resolution. I hope everything will be calculated. Let's wait. While it's calculating, you can also watch some additional tutorials for the painting process. For example, if you have some clothes or if you have some leaves, you can paint it with the transparency. And here's some tutorial how you can cut some edges on the textures. For example, if you have medieval old flags with some interesting edges here, you shouldn't model them. You can paint it's like a transparency, and here is some really useful tutorials which you can also watch. And the next program, if you don't have opportunity to use some Substance Painter for drawing, you can use some 3D Code program. You can download it from the internet. And also I have some 3D Code. Or maybe I already delete them. 3D Code, it's also a useful program for painting textures. This one. And you can draw on the models, and with the 3D code you can also use hand painted techniques. There is also much more opportunity for drawing on the models. You can select paint UV Muppet, maybe you can use some pre-made models, and here we can start to draw on this model. Here we have also layers, and we have some depth opacity. If you decrease this depth opacity, you can draw on the model. If you increase this depth opacity, you can bump it and draw like normals on every object you uploaded in here. You can upload models with the FBX format. Uh, and here is also we have some smart materials inside, but not so much like in the Substance Painter, but really useful for the cartoon style, and you can use these materials for your models if you have in the environment a lot of cartoon style models. This 3D code, it's I think simpler neither Substance Painter, and with the help of 3D code you can draw, and you can also here add some opacity on the models, and for me this program is simpler neither Substance Painter. Everything what we need for the drawing, we have some alphas for the brushes, we have settings for the brushes, and here is some additional tools that you can use during the creation of models. And also I have this 3D code into my software programs. You can download it from this folder also. This is another example of when you want to texture your environment, you can use 3D code instead of Substance Painter if you want. And here is some smart material preview. We selected this smart material, and we can assign this smart material for the entire layer. We can view the whole layer. We have selected layer, and if we fill, we can also use this smart material. And also we can increase the depth on this smart material, and it will calculate it depth. And you can also add some layers here, create some new layer, and in the new layer you can brush on it. You can select some colors here. You can select some radius of the brush, and you can draw on it. And you can change some opacity. And you can change some blending here. You can darken, multiply, and whatever you want. Hue, saturated. It's like a Photoshop for your model, for your texturing process. For example, you can use some cartoon stylish smart materials, and after that you can Photoshop them. We can even increase, reduce more, and draw on your textures. You can draw also on in the UV. We can make some new file, don't save this one. You can paint UV Mappet, and you can upload here some FBX model. Let's have a look on our transfer normals. I think my Maya not worked, and nothing was changed. And let's maybe restart Maya. In the previous year's lecture, you all can also watch the process of the transfer normals. And here you can find some examples of usage of these transfer normals. For example, we have some bricks and details on the wall. We can model them, and after that, we can transfer these normals. It was created the UVs, and after making some UVs, we transfer high poly details into the low poly mesh. And here's should be some example. In the previous year, it works nice without this so much long time. It not takes much long time like in this year. The process was the same, but on the previous year we will get result. And let's see how it works. For example, here is some baking process, and you should wait until it's done. And after baking is done, we get output normal map that we can use in the texturing process and in the shading process. And here's some example of usage. Now you can see high poly model was covered and was hidden. Bless you. But the details it's on the low poly mesh. And here's like it looks like we have this model, but we have low poly model with these details on the normals. This is example of usage transferring process. Again, this one. High poly model was hidden, and we have some normal map to proceed these details on the model. For example, this one is high poly, it's covered, and now if we use this normal map like a texture, we can see all of these details. And this is a pipeline that can be used every time in game environment or game assets modeling process. When you have a low poly model and the high poly model can be modeled in ZBrush, we have all of these smashes, scratches in the ZBrush, and after that you can transfer everything, every details from the high poly to the low poly by using this normal maps transferring process. But now my model is not work. I don't know why. Maybe something happened with the Maya. But maybe we can try again. Maybe without envelope, we will get nice detail. Let's create a new plane. And the one reason low poly and high poly should be almost the same and almost on the same positions. And let's try again to make this transfer. I hope this works. will work. Let's clear everything, and here I will put some target model. Here is high poly model, and we will get some normals. And let's bake. Now it's work. If it not work, don't use envelope. Envelope may be not supported anymore. But now I don't know. It's not working. Maybe I not correctly using this envelope method. Maybe. For the professional use, it's better to use Marmoset for this process, baking process. And also in the internet, there is several tutorials which really clearly describe the process. Okay, let's wait a couple minutes until it's baking. Okay, the baking is done, and let's see result. I'm going to hide high poly model and switch on texture preview. And now we have this modified uh, changes on this simple low poly plane. And this one is really useful. And when you export this plane, let's export selection like an example, and we are going to put import this one. Let's create new file, painted model, open, and let's import this plane. Where is plane? Maybe we can go to the substance painter, and we can use this normal baked normal map in the substance painter or 3D code. We can also open this one, and here we have baked high poly details in the normal map, and we can use this normal map anywhere in the substance painter, in the 3D code, in the Maya. When we export objects into the Unity, we can use this normal map, and this normal map consists of these details. Also, we can import, we can create new file, and when we selecting the file, we can also put these models, these baked maps. We can add our normal map, which is already baked, uh, and start to draw here. We have plane, and everything we need to do is calculated uh, bake mesh maps. We can select our already baked normal map. When we select it, it's appear in the Substance Painter, and we can use this like a high poly model and draw details on it. We can use it. Uh, we also transferred these additional cubes on it, and we can um, work like another object on there and add some details, brush them. We can draw some passes. And whatever we want, we can create. Okay, this is a pipeline when you work with the low poly and high poly details. It can be used in the roofs when you have a lot of bricks on it. You can model on the high poly, and if you have time, you can bake it on the low poly roof. And you will get this nice texture normal map and keep your environment with a less polygon count but with high quality details. And this is a useful pipeline. And also you can bake several maps. You can deselect this normal map and calculate according to this bake map. Uh, it will calculate at curvature also, and you can use the smart materials in the Substance Painter according to this information from the baked map. And now if you select some smart materials here, for example, where we have, maybe we can use some wood, and it also has this information from the normal maps and can be possible used with any details. With the same process, it was made with this, how it calls, door. Bless you. It's also game object, and to skip high quality, to keep a high quality model with less polygons, it was used on the ornaments here, and it was also baked a lot of details on the textures. And we can inspect some materials. And now you can see this is the transparency, and we have some normal maps on it. It was baked with the same process with the transfer normals. But if we can see in the wireframes, there is no information about these metal constructions, and it was just baked. And this is process is also useful for not only game environment but also on the assets. Okay, and we can go back to our model and make something on it. Because we have time. For this model, there is no needed to create some transfer normals, but if you have some bricks on it, you can use this method to provide the high quality details into the low poly game environments. And maybe we can select this model and start making some paint textures on the 3D code. Let's try. Uh, Before the textures, we need to create UVs, and we can put everything into one UV if we want. Maybe this one will be one UV set. I will keep the floor separated and assign new material for this one. Let's delete history, and in the Lambert it will be our ground. And another objects can be put into one texture. Let's make it one by one and create some UVs. We can select this model, create base plane, and after that we can unfold this one. The process is the same with what was used in when you make some UVs for weapon. For this I'm going to use automatic mapping, and we can also unfold everything. Layout. And for this one we are going to also create some automatic mapping, unfold, orient, maybe, layout, and I'm going to combine this object into one, delete history, and create also automatic mapping, and we can unfold them, layout. Okay, and we can put everything into the one shader. We can assign new material for this one, and we can organize everything into pieces. For example, I have 4 pieces, and I'm going to put them into one UV shell. Then we can select them together and maybe rescale them. Avoid intersections between separated objects in into one UVs, and also we should create this one with automatic mapping. Sorry. And we can unfold, we can orient, we can layout, and we can merge some details. Something like this. And also we can put everything together in one UVs. We can scale this one, we can rotate, and it fits here. And now we have this UV shell for every object here. And we can also keep the stone maybe separated. You can combine several groups of objects into one texture. If you have a lot of objects, you can divide into this different textures. For example, not one, you can use 2 or 3 or 4 objects. It's also you can also combine them according to the material type. For example, if you have a metal objects and you have a lot of metal objects, you can combine them into one texture. And when it's ready, we can export everything into FBX. Export selection, it will be our environment. And now we're ready for the texturing. Maybe we can use now our 3D code. I hope 3D code will work. If it will not work correctly, we can go and do textures in the Substance Painter. The object is not imported. Which straw? I think 3D code is not properly work. Okay, let's come to the Substance Painter and create new file. We can select exported environment. If you have transferred normal maps, you can also import Beckett maps on this beginning step. And also document resolution, you can increase this one into the 2K texture because we have a lot of details and a lot of objects into the one texture mesh. That's why you can increase document resolution to avoiding some low poly texture, low quality texture. If you keep document resolution with a less resolution, you will get some artifacts on the texture and some pixels inside. That's why if you use a lot of objects into the one texture sheet, you can keep bigger resolution instead of small document resolution. And now let's start texturing, and we can use some. We can hide plus you some objects, and now we can use some layers to define our object. And here we should see where is wireframes. Okay, maybe we can start and we can find some stylized material according to our reference. It's more like cartoon and drawing, and it's better to use some drawing base. Okay, let's go and bake mesh maps before using any textures. And now we have these nice shadows here, and maybe we can start. Let's create new filling layer. And in the paint later, paint material, we can draw. We can select colors. Maybe something wrong with my computer because I didn't see anything on this one. Let's save and open. Maybe I don't have enough memory to proceed to calculate everything. I don't know. Oh, now it's worked. It was something with my computer, I guess. Ah, it selected ground instead of the Lambert, sorry. And now we can draw, uh, we can use this like a guideline and draw materials according to the space in these textures. And we can also use some mask for materials. Maybe we can uh, apply some smart material. We have wood, and we can apply this wood only on this part, and we can use some mask. We can add some black mask, and we can draw where we need to add some wood. And also this is helpful by using these guidelines. Something like this, and you can erase not necessary. And with this mask, you can divide materials according to the groups, and that's why I put every different objects in the different area of the texture. It's easy to provide some masks. You can even redraw this part and use separated material from this. And this is quite effective for when you have different objects and if different objects use one texture. I want to rotate the texture. You can rotate it with the angle, I hope. We can rotate these fibers and get this mask. Okay, and we can select, go to the select mask, and you can erase everything from this mask. Okay, the process is understandable, and now we can put here another material. Maybe we can find some stone here. And now we can also add some black mask here and draw where we need to add color of this smart material. And by using these layers, you can texture every pieces of this object uh, according to your reference. Maybe I will use this one. And you can erase texture. I think this is a fast way how you can create um, different kind textures on into the one shader. And also here we can add some wood on it, and we can also use mask to add wood on other objects. Different layers, different materials, and you should select the mask area and draw to add or deselect some materials. This is something like this. Okay, and another material we can use again this stone sapphire. Uh, Maybe we can add some new fill layer, and we can apply on the fill layer some smart materials. And here I'm going to add some white mask. Or maybe black mask is better. And I'm going to change the color inside this stone. We can use this yellow base. And also you can mix different materials between each other by using this mask. And you can also add some fill layer and color them. Oh, this material is much better. Maybe we can use this one. And also here is some black mask, which is help you to reorganize where you can use this material. And you can blend them together with the help of mask. And transparency, opacity, full of radius. And now you can get some nice result. And be careful with the brushes. This process should be accurate. And with the help of blending some materials, you can get some nice and cartoon style or realistic style materials, whatever you want. And also you can add some details. Mm, You can we can add some fill layer, find some fabric, and we can add some black mask and draw on the texture. save and next. We can add some wood texture on this kind of. And now we're almost done with the textures. We can also add some additional paint layers, put it above and draw some details with a brush. You can create your material with diffuse color, for example red, and we can make some opacity of this layer and we can draw on it. And we can also use some eraser to fix the texture. And continue with another color, blue one. With the help of almost hand paint techniques, you can design your environment whatever you want. You can draw, you can paint. My textures is really rough. You can create accurate, but the process is the same. It's just need to spend your time and be accurate when you're painting on the models. It's all only need some uh, time and passion in the details. And you can create whatever you want in the textures for game environment and create nice location. Now you can see how easily and fast we designed this simple environment. There is a few details, but the process is the same for entire location. And you can also start with the big objects and uh, make every big objects, and after that you can also add some details. And if you have time until deadline, you can improve your model. But don't skip this task, because this task is cost almost 20 points. That's why select the interesting location without so many details and just do it. And we don't have really much time because we don't have additional week, and our exams will start on the 28th of April. That's why we should make everything until 26th of April. Uh, Now we've done for today. We can go earlier if you want.